When you think of Vikings, you probably imagine long ships cutting through the North Sea, raiders landing on foreign shores, and treasure being carried back to Norway. But the modern descendants of those Vikings achieved something far greater. And they didn't need swords or sails to do it. They discovered black gold in their own waters, and instead of plundering it, they built a financial system so powerful that today it holds more wealth than any empire the Vikings ever dreamed of. Welcome to a story where money, power, and history collide, because nothing is ever as simple as it looks. This is the story of how Norway turned oil into the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, and what it teaches us about money and power. To understand this, we have to go back to where Norway stood before oil. In the early 20th century, Norway was not a rich country. It was a modest nation on the edge of Europe, relying on fishing, shipping, and small-scale industries. For generations, survival depended on hard work and the sea. Even after gaining independence from Sweden in 1905, Norway remained one of the poorer countries in Western Europe. No one in 1950 would have predicted that it would one day become one of the richest societies in the world. Then everything changed, not on land, but beneath the sea. In the 1960s, surveys revealed massive oil reserves under the North Sea. And in 1969, one of the largest oil fields ever discovered changed everything. For a country of just a few million people, it was extraordinary. It was as if a hidden treasure had been revealed. But history had already shown what usually happens next. Most countries that discover oil don't become stronger. They become weaker. Economists call this the resource curse. Easy money leads to corruption, weak industries, and unstable economies. Countries like Venezuela and Nigeria became examples of how oil can create wealth and destroy stability at the same time. Norway saw this pattern and chose a different path. Instead of spending everything, they created strict rules. In the 1970s, they established a state-owned oil company to maintain control. They imposed high taxes on oil profits so the wealth would return to the public. And most importantly, they asked a critical question. How do we prevent this wealth from damaging our future? The answer came from long-term thinking. Norway decided that this wealth did not belong only to the present generation. It belonged to the future as well. In 1990, they created a fund to store oil revenues. Today, it is known as the Government Pension Fund Global. Its rules were simple but strict. All oil income would go into the fund. Only a small portion could be used each year. The rest would be invested across the global economy. This was not just savings. It was a system designed to last for generations. At first, the growth was slow, but over time, discipline began to show results. By the 2000s, the fund had grown into hundreds of billions. Today, it has surpassed $1.5 trillion, making it the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. It owns shares in thousands of companies across the globe and holds major real estate assets in cities like New York, London, and Paris. For each citizen, this represents an enormous level of wealth. But the real secret was not oil. It was discipline. Even when oil prices increased, Norway did not increase spending. They followed the same rules year after year. This created stability. Inflation remained under control. The economy stayed balanced, and future wealth was protected from short-term decisions. Transparency also played a key role. Unlike many other funds, Norway made its investments public. Citizens could see exactly where the money was going. At the same time, the fund followed ethical rules, avoiding companies that caused harm to people or the environment. While many countries struggled with oil wealth, Norway transformed it into something different. Instead of relying only on oil, they built a system that could survive even after oil is gone. Of course, the model is not perfect. There are still risks. Markets can fluctuate, and future leaders may face pressure to spend more. But compared to most resource-rich countries, Norway's outcome is very different. This was not luck. It was the result of discipline, planning, and long-term thinking. Today, this system acts as a financial shield. During global crises, Norway can rely on its reserves instead of falling into debt. While many countries borrow, Norway withdraws from its savings. And that changes everything. The lesson is simple. Wealth is not defined by what you find, but by what you keep and how you manage it. Norway did not become rich because of oil alone. It became rich because it built a system that could protect and grow that wealth over time. And that is something most countries still struggle to do.